Thank you. Throughout my life, I've lived in 6 houses and been to 5 schools in 2 countries. Safe to say, I am no stranger when it comes to adapting to change. Now, what I would say was one of the most tremendous changes in my life was moving across the world. At the age of 8, there are a limited amount of things that genuinely matter to you. Life mainly revolves around your family, some friends, and probably a stuffed animal that you've had since you were born. Meaning that if one day you were to pack up, get on a plane, and move across the world, it wouldn't have that much of a difference to your life, right? That's what I thought when my family moved to England when I was in grade 2. However, when I moved to London, I noticed a significant change in my life because of the differences I was faced with. To begin, I lacked the accent that most people had, which in my 8-year-old brain made them a part of the royal family and myself just another tourist longing for the crown. This was a change I thought I would never overcome. Now, I thought that adapting to a new country would be easier since I did go to an American school. Still, you would be surprised at the difference between the way of life and common phrases between Canadians and Americans. Writing the word color without a U, and learning a new system of measurement. Americans sure do like to do things differently than the rest of the world for absolutely no reason. I realized that it was the smallest differences that had the most impact in my life, and I found myself in a world quite different from my own, all of a sudden a stranger in my own life. This was a change I thought I would never overcome. I like to think of life as a road. This is what you want your road to look like, but these are the things you encounter on your drive of life. So, this is what your road ends up looking like. And as humans, we don't quite like roads that look like this. We have a destination and we want nothing in our path that may prevent us from getting there. Now, I do understand that not everyone has moved around quite as much as I have. Maybe you've lived in one house in one town your entire life. But I can assure you, you've had to face change at some point in your life. Life is not a straight road. No matter who you are or how much you plan out your life, it will never go exactly how you want it to. Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. The thing is, when facing change, you've likely been afraid of it. Afraid of the unknown and wanting nothing more than to choose the safer option. But why does this happen? Why are humans afraid of something so inevitable? Well, all living beings have instincts. To put it simply, an instinct is a response to an event or situation that is triggered by a certain stimuli. Within this, all humans have something known as the survival instinct. It's the basic human behavior that keeps us alive. One such example is the avoidance of any potential danger, any change in our life that we are not hardwired to face. This is why it's not surprising that humans tend to take the easy way out of situations, or when given 2 options, will instinctively be driven to choose the one with the safest outcome, the one most likely to result in survival. We like to have control and can recognize that with change comes undriven roads, meaning we can no longer drive through life on autopilot. We must get up and learn the directions of a new path. Adapting our survival instinct to encompass change that may seem scary is crucial, because a lot of the time it is the most frightening changes that result in the most positive outcomes. For my family, moving across the world was terrifying. It was something that, according to every human survival instinct, we should not have done. At first, the only part of the move that I could recognize was the change's negative impacts, the accent, and the new things that I had to learn. However, despite what I can now understand were smaller and more insignificant changes, it became a life-changing experience. I was able to try new things. Suddenly, any negative part of the difference that I noticed was overpowered by all of the positives. This was a good change. It was the best 2 years of my life. And it was only possible because we went against that instinct, urging us not to go, telling us that we would be safer if we stayed in Canada. Human instincts are bound to grow and evolve if we allow them to. When you are forced to experience change, you are going off your brain route like I was, taking a detour to get to the next part of your life. We must allow our survival instinct to evolve. We must understand that a detour is sometimes the better option, and we must recognize that change isn't as scary as the primal humans thought it was. Our lives are built on the experiences we endure. You can either live your life on a straight road, avoiding change at all costs, or you can take a risk, face a difference, and fight against that instinct urging you not to go. Through my experience in London, I learned that you must endure hardships and adapt to change in order to gain experiences. Now, considering the understanding of why we are afraid of change, but then the recognition that we can overcome this fear, I would like to ask you one final question. Which experiences do you want your life to be built on, and what is stopping you from achieving them? Thank you.